Hey all, welcome back to Brave Kids Art Club. My name is Brad, and today's episode is going to be a little different. It's going to be shorter, and instead of drawing something really fun and amazing, we're going to draw something kind of boring. We're going to draw a pencil. But how can we make this pencil interesting? By adding some dimension. We want this pencil to look more like this pencil. Much better, much more interesting, but also, check this out. We're looking at it straight on. If we drew a pencil like that, it'd be kind of boring. But if we add just a little bit of dimension, see how I'm tilting it a little bit towards you, bringing it down here, you can see that it's three-dimensional. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna teach a little bit about how to make something 3D. We're gonna learn a little bit about foreshortening. I'll explain that in a second. And perspective. So we're gonna be learning a few new terms in this episode, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's make sure we have everything we need to get started. All right, as always, we have to have a clean sheet of paper out. We're also gonna need a pencil. Doesn't have to be a boring pencil like mine, but a pencil, sharpened preferably. And then we'll need some sort of eraser because we'll probably make some mistakes. And we're gonna be doing some 3D skills, so we're gonna need to do some erasing anyways. And then we'll use a pen to outline it, and we'll bust out our colors at the end to color it in. All right, so we're gonna draw our pencil, not like this. We're gonna tilt it a little bit. I don't know if you can see, yeah, let's see about there. Perfect, this is how we're gonna draw our pencil, just like that. So we see that it's three-dimensional. We'll see a little foreshortened circle on the top. So let's talk about what that is. A foreshortened circle is a smushed circle, basically. So you normally have a circle like this. I'll probably draw a little bit harder for you. That's a regular circle, and then we're gonna foreshorten it. We're gonna squish it. We're gonna squish it like that. Because when you're looking at this circle like this, what happens when I tilt it away from you? See? It gets squished. So that's called foreshortening. And then we're gonna do that with our pencil drawing right here today. So let me get this back. We're gonna draw a point at the bottom. Well, let's draw a foreshortened circle at the top first, which turns into an oval. So let's draw that. Let's kind of draw, there we go. Perfect, right there in the middle at the top. And then let's put a little point at the bottom right in the center as well. We're gonna put a little point right there so we know where everything's going to end up. All right, so the next step is we need to kind of establish the outline. So let's do a couple more little points here to show where our triangle here for the tip of our pencil right here is going to be before it goes straight up to the back where the eraser is. So I'm gonna draw another little point right over here, right next to it, right over here. And there we go. So now I'm going to connect these like that. Connect this one. That was kind of a crummy line, but that's okay. We'll connect it, and then we're going to take this corner and this corner, and we're going to connect into these lines or these dots at the bottom. So we're going to go down, 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 down. I'm going to go down, 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 down. And notice how we're making these get a little bit narrower. So see how big it is at the top? If we were to go straight down, oh, look, it's a lot smaller down here. That's because it's further away. If you see me holding it up here, the furthest part away from you is the part that's closest to the table, and that's this bit right here, the point of our pencil. So it's going to get a little bit smaller, and it gets more dramatic the more dramatic the angle is, or how far away each point is. There we go. Okay, so we got this bit, but it still doesn't look quite dimensional. Let's kind of redo our little circle over here, our foreshortened circle. So it's a little bit darker for you. There we go. That's going to be where our eraser is. And next we need to do this little band right here that holds the eraser on. So we'll maybe do a little shorter eraser. Now I can kind of guess and do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start drawing some more foreshortened circles. Make sure they fit right in there like that. Sorry, my hand's a little bit, it's hard to draw at this angle. So that's going to be another one of the lines, and then you're going to have another one right down here, and then you're probably going to have another one right about here. That's going to be the bottom of it. So I'm going to put another one right there. So just keep doing those foreshortened circles, and this will make more sense here at the end. And we're going to do one that ends up right here towards these points right here at the end. So do another one right down here. And then the last one down here is just a little tiny foreshortened circle right there. And when you see something go from big to small because of how far back it goes, that's called perspective. It's showing that this is going to get a little bit smaller as it goes further away from you, and this is going to be a little bit bigger. So we're learning about foreshortening, we're learning about perspective, all in this simple little pencil drawing. It's a pencil drawing of a pencil. It's kind of funny. All right, so now we got to start establishing these lines for real. Now I would say we need to start up here, and I'm going to erase this one in the back because we don't need it anymore because that's on the other side. Does that make sense? So now we have this nice little line showing where now we know where that curve is. So that's the end of the eraser. And then we have the bottom of our little metal piece that's holding it on. And I'm going to make up my own little curves right here just for some little lines to add in there. But if you need to do the circle thing again, go ahead and do that. And I'll make sure I erase everything in between. Maybe I should have done that first. Oh well. There we go. That'll help you kind of keep that thing at the right angle and the right curve all the way down. All right, so this one I'm going to leave a little bit different. I'm going to kind of do this approach right here where I kind of have these little rounded off edges. So what I'll probably do is start back here and kind of go and do these rounded off edges right here. There we go. And then down here on the eraser, just erase, or on the tip, sorry, use your eraser to just have it, and then we'll just kind of emphasize that curve. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now last thing we need to erase is right over here. This little circle on the other side. So now it looks all dimensional and a lot more interesting than a normal pencil. And then we'll just add a couple little, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 lines right here going up towards the top. There you go. Let's do this last one right up here. And I have those in the pencil so you can grip it a little better and so it doesn't roll off of your table. That's why they got those little flattened edges. You see how it's not perfectly round, it's got little flat edges. That'll help it so it doesn't roll away. Pretty handy. All right, well, all we have left to do now is just to go in, and if you want to add another little interesting bit, you can go like this on the side. Right between these, make it look even more dimensional by adding those little curves there. So it looks like these bands are rounded off, which they are. Okay, cool, I like that. That looks really good. That made that a little bit more interesting, and add whatever else you want to your pencil to make it more interesting. This isn't the only way to jazz up a pencil, but this teaches us about dimension, but also teaches a little bit about perspective, which is pretty neat. So I'm gonna go through here and start adding my outline now that I'm done. Like this, and you can kind of round it off if you want. I didn't do that on this side, maybe I will. Kind of round it off a little bit. And I don't need to go all the way to the points here, because maybe it's like maybe it's just a little bit used. Makes it look a little bit more rounded. If I go all the way there, it looks very sharp, but if I don't go all the way to the edges, it makes it feel a little bit more rounded, which is what I want. And then I'm gonna go down, follow my curves that I did with my foreshortened circles. I'm gonna go like this. Same thing over here. And go down and up, down and up. Now I'm doing it freehand, so it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. This doesn't have to be perfect. Probably makes it more interesting not being perfect. Something that I've found to be true a lot. The more perfect I make something look, the less it looks, I don't know, the less it looks made. by a person. Those little imperfections make it human and show off that someone made this by hand, which is kind of neat because I really like drawing on the computer, and for a while that's pretty much the only thing I would do is draw on the computer, and I kind of lost sight of how important it is to draw by hand. And so even when I draw digitally, I try to bring in a lot of those techniques that I have by drawing with on pen and paper. Or painting, I try to bring those into my digital painting and try to use those same techniques and make it feel like it's something that you could handle and touch. Awesome. Okay, well now I guess all I have left is to color this in. So color it in however you'd like, and we'll meet up right after that. And I think I'm finished. Perfect. You can see I added some different colors. I did some kind of lighter to darker on the sides, make it look even more dimensional. Same thing with over here to make that metal look like it was, you know, shinier on one side. Now, I didn't go crazy into it, but maybe we'll save that for another video. But hopefully you had a fun time drawing a boring old pencil. Maybe this made it a little bit more interesting to draw. And I'm really excited to see what you guys drew. So make sure you guys submit your stuff. You can just share with me on Instagram at Brave Kids Art Club. You can direct message us or tag us, either way. But most importantly, you had fun today, which is awesome. And you completed a pencil in perspective. That's pretty impressive. So you can apply these principles to other drawings. Maybe you should try it out. Try drawing other things. Maybe like, I don't know, like a toilet paper roll. Can you draw a cylinder? Can you draw, what else is dimensional? Maybe a cup at an angle, something like that, just to try to see if you can do it, but apply some of these principles. Of course, we're proud of what we made, so we're gonna sign our name at the bottom, right there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, drop it a like. And remember, be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be you. Alrighty, we'll see you guys next time.